Happy Thor's Day, and today I want to talk about the word Viking. Disclaimer: this is not about offending anyone in particular, and I understand that what I might do is just insult everyone. It's not intended, but here we go. Now, there are, within the fandom, or those that respect Viking culture, two dominant camps. There are the historians, and then there are the modern Vikings. And there can be a lot of unnecessary clashes. Now, the historical sort of faction, if you like, the ones that sort of focus on the accuracy of the Viking Age, and that generally tend to remind people that Viking was a lifestyle and a profession. Noting that this does not refer to a race of people, though it's obviously got a heavy Scandinavian association. And obviously that the Viking Age itself is a historic term covering 793 to 1066. Now, the biggest eye roll, let's think of that Robert Downey Jr. meme, to happen for many is the modern usage of the term. And the sad truth is, the term Viking is highly commercial. Really, the History Channel is at least culpable for misinformation. I say there's going to be many people who watched Vikings, the TV show, and consider it to be historical fact because it was a production of the History Channel. I mean, that's part and parcel to the nature of the channel and the channel's identity, surely. Really, the History Channel has a responsibility for the perception of the show, and obviously a responsibility to have addressed the way the show was perceived. And obviously the Vikings TV show is all about Ragnar Lothbrok and his sons. It is fair to add that if the show inspires you or inspired you to delve deeper, then all the better for it. It's one of those things that if you are infused about something, you are more likely to read up or research a subject more in depth. However, that's not for everyone. A lot of people will be happy to just, have enjoyed the show and not delve deeper. And again, that should be okay. It's going to be frustrating if you are a scholar or a history buff and look into the historical facts, the archaeological digs and everything. However, if someone or if a group of people are happy and creating a positive cultural movement, is it so bad? Is it? Well, no, of course it isn't. I mean, it's really, really just a matter of these two factions coming to an understanding and an awareness of each other that doesn't necessarily mean there's, a rift. Obviously, modern Vikings are romantics. They are looking at Vikingness as something to be enjoyed, and it's unlikely, severely unlikely, that it's a profession for them, or that they're getting together in hordes to go out raiding and all the things that historically Viking was. There's terms like LARPers, reenactors, New Age pagans, maybe, DNA testers. It's a style, it's a fashion, a sense of unity too, with, mead horns raised. It's sadly easy for the romantic Viking faction to be at odds with the historic Viking faction. Really, it's neither side is wrong. For me, that is the sad thing. Things do get misrepresented. There's misinformation. And it's really, when it comes down to highlighting the misinformation, that the rifts inflame. It's trying to understand that education doesn't need to be judgmental. Often this is the thing that someone goes, well, this is the blah, 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 blah. And, a lot of people are just going to turn off from you if you are doing that, like I am doing this in this video, to a degree. Like I said, squirrel, that I'm appealing to, the historic faction and the romantic faction. And I can understand that I'll probably piss off both. I can deal with it. We can all deal with it. We should all be dealing with it. Education does not need to be judgmental. Passion should not excuse ignorance either. We've got to be tolerant. And this is an identity that doesn't even cover some of the other identity issues that are going on in modern society today. Obviously, we do need to observe that there are commercial terms: Viking, Valkyrie, Valhalla, Ragnar, Lagertha, Bjorn. These are easy buzzwords that are gonna gather, moths to a light. A larger net. And a larger net is generally going to be shallower water. Focus brings depth. How do we reach a happy medium middle ground? respect, I think. Respect and listening to what the other faction has to say. In turn, that will only happen if the words being said are in mediation, with willingness on both sides to cooperate and to meet in the middle ground. Ultimately, there's enough opponents for us to not be fighting amongst ourselves. And this is without even going into the spiritual side of things. I mean, there are some unpleasant aspects on the spiritual side of things. And to have these different divisive camps doesn't help any of us. Just think about it, and the next time you're in a situation where, you might see something that's a little bit cheesy, or someone might come along to be a bit of a party pooper, in understanding each other, we can aim to be in a middle ground. As I said, education doesn't have to be judgmental. Passion isn't an excuse for ignorance. Do the best you can. If you've listened to me, thank you. Do take care. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.